Hello everyone, my name is Erez Avramov, founder of Life Builder Academy and creator of the Heart Guardian system. And today I would like to cover with you the emotional eating part and what does that have to do with your high cholesterol, what does that have to do with your general health, and why most of us fail as soon as we try and introduce some sort of a new habit, especially relating to nutrition. Now, if you are concerned about your high cholesterol, and this is most likely why you're here, why you're watching this, right? So stay with me because in this video, I will cover with you the exact steps you need to take in order to break the emotional cycle that makes you fail again and again by trying to implement diet changes or for that matter, any other type of change. And I will show you exactly how that works. Now, before we start, I want to tell you that this is just one part of an entire system that I have created called the Heart Guardian system. The Heart Guardian system is divided into three parts: diet, exercise, and mindset. Today, we deal with the emotional eating crusher, which is number 7 in the entire process, and it's under the mindset component. Now, you're here because you're concerned about your high cholesterol. Your doctor may have risen the red flag and said, hey, you have to do something about it, and you're looking for alternatives of what to do. Today, I will show you how to deal with emotional eating, but I also want you to understand that there's an entire process behind this, that when it comes together, it makes the best results possible and get you to where you want to reach. Now, what is the main problem when we're trying to deal with emotional eating? The main problem behind it is addiction to specific types of foods. You know, there's a lot of research and some science that have shown that the same receptors in the brain that are fired up when somebody consumes cocaine and heroin is the same type of fire. Hi everyone, my name is Erez Avramov, founder of Life Builder Academy and creator of the Heart Guardian system. Today, I want to share with you the entire idea behind emotional eating. And what does that have to do with your high cholesterol? What does that have to do with heart health? And if you're curious, stay with me for this video because I will share with you the exact symptoms, why it happens, how to address them, and how to break the cycle so you can actually start and implement, starting today, a specific method that I teach called the Holt Method to break the emotional eating cycle. Now look, if you're a man concerned with your high cholesterol, you visited your doctor, he has risen the red flag and say, hey, you need to do something about it. Your doctor has only 2 tools to work with. One of them is prescription medication. The other one, if your condition is extreme and you've done some advanced tests to see the blockages in your arteries, may be surgery, right? God forbid, we don't want to wait until you get a heart attack or a stroke in order to do something. So we're here now together dealing with something that is one segment of an entire system. I have created the Heart Guardian system, which covers 3 primary areas: diet, exercise, and mindset. Today, I cover with you the emotional eating crusher, which is number 7 out of my 9-step system, and it's under the mindset component. There's a lot to do and learn about the diet, and it's my diet that I prescribe to my clients is customized based on a blood test. There is exercise that is also prescribed based on your health situation, your ability, and your condition. And all of this comes under the mindset, which gives you the ability to actually move forward and implement those changes. And you will interact with challenges. Look, we're human. We're trying to do something, and it's difficult. I know how difficult it is. I had a heart attack when I was 45. And I didn't have the red flag shown to me like for you guys, you know, high cholesterol or high blood pressure or something that your doctor already told you you need to take care of. So you're ahead of the game, and today you can learn how to start and implement certain things and work with. Now, the main problem that you are faced with is an addiction. Now, I want to put this in perspective as it comes to food. Research and studies have shown that the same receptors in the brain that fire when you consume, not you, of course, when somebody consumes heroin and cocaine, hard drugs, they fire specific neurons in the brain. Those neurons are the same ones that are fired and triggered when you consume specific types of food. Primarily, we know white sugar and white flour have the strongest effect, but other foods can do the same. This is why when you join my program and you work with me, I devise the diet plan based on your blood test. And from that, I can see what exactly is the optimal foods, what we need to avoid, what you may be more susceptible to be addictive to, or to have certain interaction with food that is not beneficial. So you are faced here, my friend, with a big problem that is an addiction. Now, that addiction combined with a mindset that creates a cycle, this is why it's called the emotional eating cycle, starts with a trigger. The trigger could be any type of stressor, right? It could be something you saw, something someone said to you, something you heard, something you did that triggers you now, and you reach for comfort food. Now, why is it called comfort food? Because it's comforting, right? And usually it does the trick, you know, chocolate, pasta, pastry, something sweet usually does the trick and comforts us. Now, that comfort food you consume, you get a temporary moment of comfort, temporary moment of relief, and it did its thing, right? So the receptors in the brain that were fired and are now creating this emotional feeling of satisfaction are there. They were fired, they were triggered. You achieved the initial stage of what you wanted. But then what happens? Guilt, shame, and anger set in because this wasn't your intention. You don't want to binge eat. You don't want to consume foods that you know that are not good for you. And especially for you guys who are dealing with a heart condition, dealing with high cholesterol, you know how powerful it is to try and difficult it is to try and change habits. And this is the cycle we all end up in. I end up in it to this day. But I will share with you in 1 minute the Holt method that will help you really break this cycle and replace it with something else. So what happens after the guilt and shame and anger set in, there's a need to be soothed again because this is a new trigger, right? And this is how the cycle continues endlessly and never ends. Now, how to break it is what I call the Holt Method. The Holt Method is a 5-step, 5-question process that you need to ask yourself before you put something in your mouth. So before you do the act, stop for a second. This is where the stop sign comes in. And ask yourself, am I hungry or am I thirsty? Most of us cannot distinguish between hunger and thirst. There's a psychological process that has gone on for years, for most of you, that has kind of eliminated this distinction between hunger and thirst. Sometimes if you just drink a glass of water or drink hot tea or something, you will see that you are not hungry to begin with. So stop and ask yourself, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? The second one, am I emotionally triggered? Is this bag of chips I'm about to consume? Is this bar of chocolate I'm about to devour? Is this something that I'm eating because something emotionally triggered me? Something I heard, something somebody said to me, something I saw. Is that the case? And then you stop for a sec. Do I need this type of food? The third one, am I feeling lonely? Many times we reach for food because we are alone. We feel that we're disconnected, a little bit depressed maybe, and then food is our companion. So stop and ask yourself, am I reaching out to food because I feel alone? If you do, maybe you need to pick up the phone, talk to somebody, go on a Skype, Zoom call, do something more interactive, and you'll see that the need to eat will subside and you don't need it anymore. The other question to ask is, am I bored? Is this just, you know, I'm eating because I don't have anything else to do? I just want to put something in my mouth? Ask yourself this question. And the last one to ask is, am I tired? Sometimes when we're exhausted, when we're tired, we think we need some food in order to increase our energy. And most times that is not the case. If you're tired, maybe you just need to take a little nap. Maybe you just need to stop and close your eyes for a few minutes, take a few deep breaths, move away from what you've been doing for a while and just take a break. And all of those things come into play. This Holt method, am I hungry or thirsty? Was I emotionally triggered? Am I feeling lonely? Am I bored? Am I tired? Ask these 5 questions before you put something in your mouth, and that will allow you to start and break the cycle. My clients actually have a journal where every time they fall into the emotional cycle, they actually have to journal it, and we start to see patterns. And when we identify those patterns, we can start and use them more consistently and break the cycle earlier than before. Now, as I said, this part, the emotional eating crusher, is just one part out of an entire system. The Heart Guardian system is a system, a proven system that is medically supervised, scientifically designed to help you lower your cholesterol, up to 50% in 90 days. I've done it to myself. I've done it with my clients, and it is possible for you to do it as well. So my invitation, if you were interested to see this program, as I said, is based on a personalized blood test, based on a customized diet plan. But my invitation for you guys, I'm not selling anything here. I'm not trying to promote anything. But what I am calling you to do is, if you are interested, click the link below, schedule a call with me. You know, I open my calendar for a few phone calls to see where you're at on your journey, and if the Heart Guardian system is something that is suitable for you and can help you. And if it is, I'll be happy to assist you on your path. Overall, have a great day, enjoy your time, and remember the Holt system, it can really serve you.